Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Janet. I hope you're having a great day so far. Today's video is going to be, oh goodness, this one was a hard one. If I could only keep 10 palettes out of my entire collection. I just narrowed it down and I'm still feeling really I know I'm not going to get rid of any, of course, anxiety. I literally got anxiety trying to do this video, and I've seen other people doing this video, so I'm going to try to figure out who started it or who posted this first video and link it down below, because I really don't know who started it. Channels that I follow have done it, but I'm not sure who started it first, so I want to give credit where credit is due. And I will try to find that information for you, and it'll be down in the description box. The makeup for this is not going to be in this description box nor in the tutorial for this one, because I want you to really focus on what you have and not what you need to go run out and buy. So yeah, so it's not for these videos. I'm sorry, unfortunately. It's just that's the way I want it to be, so you guys can really focus on your collection and really maybe try to blend colors rather than go out and purchase a single color if you happen to want to follow the tutorials. So without further ado, let's jump into this heart-wrenching video. But this one hurt my heart a little bit because I just thought of a couple of the palettes that I just completely forgot to bring over here so I could rummage through them and see what I wanted to choose. And okay, I'm not gonna regret my decision because I'm not gonna get rid of them. This is just something fun to do, but it wasn't so fun. It kind of really makes you think, what do I really need? What do I really am using? What are my tastes like? I think that is what really helped me narrow this down. It's what am I going to use, or what can I combine to really get this look? That's what it helped me to really examine and re-examine my collection and narrow it down. Alright, so I got a lot of ColourPop palettes in here just because they have some of my favorite. These are some of my favorite combination of colors that they have, and then I have other ones that are not ColourPop. The first one is going to be, it's my Pleasure palette. I had to include a purple palette because I had to include a purple palette because I love purples on my eyes, and this one's not an entirely purple palette, but I mean it's not so much the mattes that I like in this palette, it's the shimmers. I think the shimmers in here are some of the most unique shimmers that I own in my entire collection. So I really cannot be without this palette. I love purples and they just make me happy. The next one is going to be another 9-pan palette from ColourPop, and this is a recent addition to my collection and it's already a favorite. I've used this a handful of times and it's already one of my favorites. It's beautiful on inside and out. I didn't realize I really do not have anything like this. These are purely neutral colors. I think this one right here is pretty unique, and so is this one. And the shimmers are so nice. I wish the shimmer was different, but that one was a little, I wish this one was a little bit different. But other than that, I mean, I still love them. I still love this palette, and it's just easy palette. You can just use 2 colors, blend one in the crease and one on the lid, and you're good to go. No fuss, no muss. I love it, and yes, I would keep it because this could be an everyday palette for me and just quick and easy on the go. Or use in combination with purples, or the purples that I have, or any of the other palettes that I'm keeping because my 10. Very hard to do. Deep breath. Okay, I'll switch it up. I'll go different palette. Okay, the next one is going to be the Alamar Cosmetics palette, and this one is, I have both of them, but out of both of them I'd keep this one. And this one's La Reina del Caribe Volume 1, and this has some of the most unique colors that I own too. These 2 blues are beautiful. These mattes are so creamy and just easy to work with, but the metallics, it's where it's at for this eyeshadow palette. Like, they are butter on your eyes. They're just and I know that La Costa, this one right here, you don't need to use them wet, but you can use that one as a highlight. I've never tried it as a highlight, and this one is one of the most unique shades I own again, and these blues are so pretty. Like, I've done so many looks with this palette. I absolutely love it, and I would not let go of it because it has some of the most unique colors that I have. Not so much the mattes, but the mattes, how the mattes work with the shimmers, and the shimmers definitely can't be without them. Alright, let's go back to ColourPop. And this one is going to be Through My Eyes. This was a collab with Sarai and ColourPop, and I went with this. I was between this one and the ColourPop one. What's the other one called? Oh my gosh, I just have it right in front of me. I don't know where it went. Hold on. Sweet Talk palette. The reason that I went with this one is because the more corally shades that I love in that palette, I could use this shade right here and this shade and combine them, and maybe a tinge of that one with that one, and that would pretty much comprise the Sweet Talk palette, which is why I went with this one, because this one has a lot more than just those 4 shades. It has these 2 pretty colors right here, this like taupe but purpley taupey color that I absolutely love, and these emeralds are a dream to create looks with. And this Lucido shade right here, it's so beautiful too. And this one I think is just a beautiful palette that you can use any time of year. You can use it for winter time to create very sultry holiday looks, or summer and go with those corals and just kind of pick out those corals and use them to create very fun, very easy looks on the go, or for fall and just make it a little bit more vampy, a little bit more sultry. And I love this palette. Okay, the next palette that I'm going to go with is the Marc Jacobs palette, and this one is called the Stiletto palette, and this one is, I believe, the only cool tone palette that I picked. The other one's a neutral palette, but this one, if I pick this one as my cool tone palette, I legitimately thought about it, and I think this is all I need as far as cool tones. I can also just combine this one with the Going Coconuts palette, and I think I'd be perfectly fine. Like, and then this shimmer right here, it's just But yeah, I think these are pretty much all the cool tones that I need, even though I do love cool tones. But like I said, I would just combine it with the Going Coconuts palette, and I think I would be fine. Okay, let me put this back before I pick it. It's a very special, very expensive palette. Okay, and the next one I'm gonna go with is the Naked Honey palette. And the reason I chose this is I thought about when is my favorite time to do makeup. The answer should be always, right? But it's actually fall. Fall is when it's at for me. That's my vibe, and this has such a collection of beautiful shades, grungy shades for the fall, and that's where my vibe is for fall. Very dark, very grungy, and I decided to choose this color. And also, if I just wanted to create an everyday look, I could also use some of these more tones down here or these down here, and I could use more of a neutral colors. This one is going to be another ColourPop palette, and this is the Dream Street palette, and this is literally a dream. This palette is, I mean, top of my palette list. Like, these are not all my favorite palettes, to be honest. The reason that I chose them is because of the shades that they contain, and I don't want to be without them in my 10 palette collection. But this Dream Street palette, I've said it before, this is one of my favorite palettes. And I mean, just look at that combination of colors. The reason that it's my favorite, it's those blues, honestly. And And just the way that this palette performs, it's one of the better palettes from ColourPop. It's so creamy. The mattes are beautiful. The shimmers are wonderful. That blue does not blend away. It actually builds up properly, and it's actually really easy to work with. I just did a look on my mom with it like on Saturday, and it looked beautiful on her. It did not fade away as the night went on, so love it. Next one I'm going to choose is an Anastasia. This is the only Anastasia I included in my favorites, just because I feel like it's the most unique, and it has some of the most unique colors in here like I've ever seen. It has, again, those purples that I really love, and it has some pinks in case I want to do some pinks. And then these shades down here, Lituation and Sponsored. Sponsored is beautiful. I had been looking for a shade like that for literally maybe ever, and I just love the way that you don't have to work hard to blend these out. I know that this is a palette meant for you know, richer, deeper skin tones, but on my light medium skin tone, I don't have to work hard to blend it out or to keep it from becoming too hard to blend it, like, because it's so pigmented. The palette that I'm going to include, it's going to be the Dose of Colors Friendcation palette. I mean, like, come on, the packaging. I think the packaging for pretty much all these palettes is beautiful, but this one, I think this one takes the cake. Like, beautiful. And the shades in here are like, I really thought about this one. I was like, should I do this one? I was thinking between this one and the Carly Bible palette, and the reason I chose this one is because for the mattes, I reach into this one for the mattes more. Like, if I have another palette, I'll reach into this one for the mattes. And if I'm reaching into this one for the mattes and I'm obsessed with the shimmers, it means that I need to keep this palette. And another reason is because that you can combine like the different shimmers and combine different colors. Like, let me see if I can do this. Oh my gosh, that purple. That blue looks so purple. Okay, let's do that red. See if I can do this, right? That red with that black. Let's see if I can do it. Oh yeah, okay. So this is red on the side, and I just did a little bit of the black. I didn't do that much. And some of these are a little bit more like topper shades. Okay. And then the middle, as you can see, is a combination of both of them. The concept, you just have to know which ones to layer first, and then the second one, how much to add of which one. But I think it's still pretty cool that you can do that. I mean, you can pretty much do it with any palette, I think, but it's a lot easier to do with these because these are a lot creamier. And yeah, just wipe it off my hand. Okay, and the last one I decided to include in my 10 palettes that I would only keep is another ColourPop palette. And like I said, fall is my favorite time of year. What palettes do I use during the fall time? And this is one of the ones that I pull out, and it's the Good Sport by ColourPop, and this packaging is so adorable. And that's what this looks like. I love these grungy greens, burgundies, these darker purples. Like, this palette is, I used it to create like a few different looks during the fall, and I still didn't get to use every shade, and it's so pretty. It's so unique. It has a couple of duochromes in there, and they're so pretty. And yeah, that's what I would choose. So if I could only keep 10, those would be the 10, and that was really hard, to be honest. It was really hard, even though I know I'm not getting rid of anything. But if I could only keep 10, those would be the 10, because I think those are some of the most unique palettes in my collection, and they truly bring something different, each one, to my collection. And yeah, I love all of them. I love palettes in general. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed already, I hope you consider subscribing. And I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.